Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Diane Deziel and today I'm going to show you how to do the sleeve block for the kids block that we did in the last video. This technique is very simple, and yes, you could use it to do men's block, kids block and women's block. To start the sleeve, you're going to need one measurement from that board, and it's the length of the arm. For my size 4, it is 36 centimeter. On your paper, trace a line right in the middle. This is going to be your grain line, and on that line you're going to place your arm length, so my 36 centimeter. At the bottom, we could do right away for the wrist a square line on both sides. We're going to do the wrist right away. You have a measurement on the paper that says that the wrist for a size 4 is here 13.5, but to that measurement I'm going to add 3 centimeter because the wrist is much smaller than the hand that has to go through first. So I found 16.5 centimeter, and I'm going to place half of this measurement on each side of my center line. Now let's do the sleeve head. Not too long ago you did find the height of your armhole. For me, the measurement was 13 centimeter. To find the sleeve head, you're going to take that measurement, so 13, and you're going to subtract 3 cm. So my calculation give me 10 centimeter. I'm going to measure it from the sleeve head. Then from that new point, I'm going to square a line on both sides. Now on my plan, I find the exact same measurement, 15 centimeter in the back armhole and 15 in the front. But if you do have a difference and your back is a little longer, a few millimeter, it's still okay. But if you did find your front armhole a little bigger than the back, you should play with the curve, making deeper in the back and less deep in the front, so your front and back are the same, or front even a little smaller. Now to trace the sleeve head, you're going to add your back armhole measurement plus your front armhole measurement. Here my measurements are the same, but doesn't mean that it's the same for you. So you add them both and then you divide by 2. Even if I have the same measurement, I still did the calculation, because if you do have a difference, you'll know the calculation to do to have an even measurement to place on both sides of your grain line. So now for me, half armhole is 15 centimeter. So I'm going to place my 0 point on the sleeve head, and I'm going to hold it and pivot until my 15 centimeter reach the bicep square line that I trace. Then I'm going to trace, and I will do the same thing on the other side. Now you could connect your new underarm point to the wrist level on both sides. Until now, the sleeve is perfectly symmetrical. The only difference will be in the curve. So at this point, decide which side is going to be your back and which side is going to be your front. Now to guide you to trace your curve, I'm going to ask you to first divide the back side by 3, and you could easily do it by eyes, just like that. And then on the front side, you're going to divide your segment by 4. Now on the back side, at the first third, you're going to go up about 1.5 centimeter. And between the last third and the underarm point, you're going to go down about 7 millimeter. Then we're going to connect the dot starting at the sleeve head, touching the 1.5 up, then the second third, then the 7 millimeter down, and finally the underarm point. Then on the front side, you're going to go up about 1 centimeter at the first quarter, and then down 1 centimeter or about at the last quarter. Then you could connect the dot starting at the sleeve head, touching the first 1 centimeter, the middle point, and then the last 1 centimeter, finishing at the underarm point. Here you could imagine that the curved line is going to be much longer than the diagonal line that you trace, and that's how you'll get the ease for the sleeve head. Now the very last thing to do is to report the notch measurement of the front and of the back on your sleeve plan. When you measure your armhole, I ask you to stop and write down the measurement for the notch in the front and the back, so it will be easy for you to report it from the same point, so from the underarm and from the underarm the double notch. So the ease or the extra length that you have will be at the sleeve head. The last notch that you'll be missing is the one to match the shoulder of the bodice. Now on this example, my two armholes were the same, so my shoulder notch would be right in the middle on the grain line. But if you did have a difference, let's say of 4 millimeters bigger on your back shoulder, then your notch would be moved towards the smallest size, half the difference. So with that example, it would be 2 millimeters towards the front. The sleeve is now complete, but we could also use the elbow level that we could use for many styles. And the elbow is half of the full sleeve length plus 2.5 centimeters towards the bottom. Then you could trace square from the grain line side to side. Now if you did find the recipe pretty easy, like I suppose, you will be happy to know that you could do very fast modification to your sleeve with that recipe. For example, if your bicep line is a little too tight to your taste and you would like to make your sleeve wider, just go back to your depth of the armhole or the height of the armhole from your bodice plan. But this time, instead of minus 3 centimeters, you could subtract a little more, like a 3.5 or a 4 cm. And by reducing the sleeve head measurement, for this example, I'll do a centimeter less. So I'll just move my bicep line a centimeter higher. Then raising the bicep line and putting again your half armhole on each side is for sure going to give you a wider bicep line. Now just look at what you gain on the at the bicep level doing that simple modification. So I place my ruler at the original point at the bottom, and look over here, you gain about a centimeter more or less on each side. So that means your sleeve got wider at the bicep level, almost 2 centimeters all around. The last thing to do would be to retrace your curve the same way I explained with the first sleeve that we did. So divide by 4 in the front and by 3 in the back. That's it for today. I hope you enjoy. Make sure you watch my next video. I'll show you how to do the pull-on pant for kids. Thanks for watching, and I see you next time.